On a warm March night in 2014, a Boeing 777 carrying 239 people lifted from the tarmac of Kuala Lumpur International Airport and climbed into the quiet darkness over the South China Sea. It was supposed to be a routine overnight flight to Beijing. The passengers settled in, seatbelt signs clicked off, the cabin dimmed. But within an hour, Flight MH370 had vanished from radar screens, and somehow from the face of the Earth. In the years that followed, fragments of the plane would wash up on distant shores. Yet the heart of the mystery, where it went and why, remains as shadowed as the night it disappeared. Picture the scene. Kuala Lumpur, just after midnight on March 8th. The humid air is heavy, the runway lights glowing against a black sky. The pilots, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah and First Officer Farid Abdul Hamid, exchanged routine greetings with air traffic control. The jet climbed steadily toward cruising altitude. For the passengers, it's the calm beginning of a 6-hour journey. Somewhere over the South China Sea, the captain's voice comes over the radio one last time. "Good night, Malaysian 370. Minutes later, the plane slips off civilian radar. At first, nothing seems unusual. Planes pass between radar zones all the time. But when controllers in Vietnam fail to make contact, a quiet unease begins to spread. They try again and again. No reply. Back in Malaysia, screens meant to track every blip in the sky show nothing where MH370 should be. It's as if the aircraft has been swallowed whole. What no one knows yet is that, hidden from civilian view, military radar has captured a strange detour. A sharp left turn, away from its flight path, back across the Malaysian Peninsula. Hours pass before search and rescue is even launched. At first, the hunt focuses on the South China Sea, exactly where the plane was last seen on civilian radar. Helicopters sweep the water, ships cut through the night. But the leads are thin, the trail already cold. Then the first twist. Data from military radar reveals the aircraft didn't go down there at all. It crossed back over land, skirted the border of Thailand, and vanished again over the Andaman Sea. The search shifts hundreds of miles, but the questions multiply. Why the detour? Who was in control? Attention turns to the two men in the cockpit. Captain Zahari, a 53-year-old veteran pilot with over 18,000 flight hours, known as quiet but skilled. First Officer Farid, just 27, still building his career. Investigators scour their backgrounds. No signs of trouble at home, no clear motive. But on Zahari's home flight simulator, they find something unsettling. A route eerily similar to MH370's suspected path into the remote southern Indian Ocean. Is it coincidence? Or a blueprint? The hunt for answers grows frantic. Days turn into weeks, then months. With no wreckage, theories breed like shadows. Mechanical failure. A sudden fire. A hijacking. But every scenario runs into the same wall. How could a modern jet with redundant systems, tracked by satellites, simply disappear? Eventually, attention falls on the handshakes, automatic pings sent between the plane and a satellite owned by Inmarsat. They reveal a haunting arc across the Indian Ocean, a desolate stretch of water with no land for thousands of miles. The data suggests the plane flew for hours after last contact, before plunging into the sea. The official search becomes one of the most expensive in aviation history. Vast swaths of ocean floor are scanned. Currents are analyzed. The work is painstaking, almost blind. Then, in 2015, a breakthrough. A barnacle-encrusted wing fragment called a flaproom washes ashore on Reunion Island off the coast of Africa. Over the next 2 years, more debris turns up on beaches in Mozambique, Madagascar, and Tanzania. Each piece is unmistakably from MH370. They prove the plane went down, but they offer no clue why. Theories harden into camps. Some believe a catastrophic event, perhaps a fire or sudden depressurization, knocked out the crew and passengers, leaving the plane to fly on autopilot until it ran out of fuel. Others insist it was deliberate. A controlled glide into the ocean, the transponder shut off, the route altered with precision. If so, who did it, and to what end? The idea of a suicide mission by the captain sparks fierce debate. Friends and family of the crew reject it, pointing to the professionalism and character. But others point to the simulator route and to the eerie precision of the detour. There are darker theories still. A hijacking gone wrong. A secret cargo that made the plane a target. Military intervention. Some claim MH370 was shot down and the truth buried. Others whisper about clandestine landings on remote airstrips, though no credible evidence has ever surfaced. The lack of black boxes, the cockpit voice recorder, and flight data recorder leaves a void at the center of every theory. Somewhere on the ocean floor, those devices may still hold the final moments. Years pass. In 2018, the Australian-led search ends without locating the wreckage. A private company, Ocean Infinity, conducts its own deep-sea sweep, also unsuccessful. The families are left in limbo, suspended between hope and despair. Every new lead, every supposed debris find, is a wound reopened. The case becomes a haunting reminder of how, even in an age of constant surveillance, something or someone can still vanish. In recent years, advances in drift analysis and satellite imagery have narrowed possible crash zones. Some experts argue we are closer than ever to finding MH370. Others caution that without fresh evidence, the trail is too old, the ocean too vast. The Indian Ocean is a graveyard of storms, its depths capable of hiding secrets for centuries. And yet, the search continues because the alternative, that the world's most advanced airliners can simply disappear without explanation, is something we cannot accept. Tonight, somewhere in the silent dark beneath the waves, the remains of Flight MH370 rest, perhaps untouched since that March night. Around it, the cold water erases every trace of fire, fear, or intent. The truth is out there, locked in black boxes and salt and silence. And maybe one day, we'll find it. Until then, the question will haunt us. How can a giant of steel and light, carrying hundreds of souls, simply vanish into the night and never return?